All right, so here's the update on the super secret pond project. I've got the bog pond filter pond thingy dug out. So if you're not familiar with the concept, basically the water gets pumped from the main pond up into this pond, and then it rises through a bunch of rocks and different filtration mechanisms, basically rocks of varying size. But it rises through that, pulls out all the sediment and all the gunk, and then I'm gonna have it, this is gonna go away, this little spot right here, and once it rises up to here, I'm gonna turn this line right here that way to connect over here, and then it'll rise from in there, come out and go down there onto a waterfall, and then waterfall down the steps. And I'm gonna do another one over here with the same kind of concept. So this mound right here will go away, and it will cover all this stuff here. And then the water will rise up. Hopefully, the plan is to come along here and then go back down into it from this side. I'm not sure if that one's gonna actually work or not, because this is a little bit higher elevation than this. So it could work. Just have to make sure that this berm here is reinforced so it does, and maybe the berm needs to be a little taller so that it won't flow over. This right here is just a ditch for the piping. It's going to get filled back in after the piping goes in and it gets connected to the pump. But this right here down the side, I don't know if you can see it in the video, it's kind of sunny. Let me just walk around. So that little etching out of the cliff face, for lack of a better term, is where the pipe is going to come down. So it's going to go not horizontal, but dang, what's the opposite of horizontal? Perpendicular? I don't know. It's going to go up and down. I can't believe I can't remember that. Smoke too much weed. All right, so the pipe is going to go up and down, and it's going to 90 right about there and start going into the bog pond. The inlet to suck water out of this pond will be right about there. From what I've read, you want it to be about 2/3 of the way down in the pond. You don't want it to be all the way down, because then it'll suck in sediment and gunk that has settled at the bottom. You just want to recirculate the water, get it oxygenated and whatnot. So that's the progress for today, was building the bog pond, or digging it out anyway. Whoa, almost lost my footing there. So got one bigger pond. This should hold around 9,000 gallons, and that I'm hoping will hold maybe 1,000. From what I remember reading, I think you want your bog pond to do like 10% of what's in here to when you're recirculating it. So hopefully this works out. If that's not quite 1,000 gallons, I can always dig it a little bit more. But I think it's probably a sufficient size. So we'll see how it goes. I guess I need to start looking into my pumps and filter setup, and maybe order that stuff while I wait for the rainy season. I guess I could order the liner and stuff, but I don't know. I may need a bigger liner now that I've dug out a bog pond, so that I can just make it one continuous liner. But maybe I should just use 2 liners, one for the big pond and one for the little one. That's probably smarter financially. The bigger they are, the more expensive they are. So this one right here is going to be like 30 by 40 just to cover that. And that's going all the way down to the bottom. That's why, because the pond from here to here, I want to say it was almost 25 feet, and then sideways is about 13 feet if I remember correctly. But it's also 5 foot deep on this section over here. So you have to account for the depth. So it has to go not only across, but also down and then back up. So that's why I have to have such a big pond liner. But anyway, yep, that's all there is for today.